Well, hello there, Virgo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So it's so good to see you again. Thank you to all of you that reached out and sent such lovely notes. Yeah, I've been away for a little bit, had something health issue I had to take care of, but I'm back, and so I'm so glad to be here. And thank you so much for all of your well wishes. Everything is good. So let's jump into this. This is going to be your August 2024 a reading. So we're going to take a look first at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance and how you can move through those to manifest what it is that your heart truly desires. So let's jump into it. Let's see what's on the horizon. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Okay, so Virgo, this is the energy of a little bit tapping into your hermit energy of not necessarily knowing exactly the strategy, the plan as you move forward, having a little bit of confidence, trust in the universe that things are going to work out for you. We're in Leo season. We're coming up on that Leo's, the Lionsgate portal on August 8th. There's this energy of just kind of like embracing the enthusiasm, the sense of wanting to take action, inspiration, anything that's kind of like getting you out of any stagnant energy to just kind of like go with it, right? Navigate, it says follow your bliss, right? Allowing yourself to just kind of go with the flow of new ideas, new people, new opportunities, mixing it up. There's this strong energy here of just mixing it up. Don't do the tried and true, right? It's kind of like, okay, time for adventure, a little bit of adventure there. Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. Yeah, this is the energy when you allow yourself to kind of switch things up. Because Virgo, one of the wonderful things about you is that you can be very kind of like good with building good habits, having routines that help you to be at your highest potential, right? But this is an energy of embracing some change in your life, and especially if you're feeling a little bit stagnant, like the new isn't coming in, or you're feeling like there aren't any new opportunities. Part of it is allowing yourself to just kind of like change it up, right? It's not about totally giving up on what's tried and true for you, but at the same time, it's kind of like changing it up. There is an energy here of allowing yourself to, even do your day backwards. Eat dinner for breakfast, eat breakfast for dinner, whatever it is. It's kind of like just switch it up, because there's a different perspective perhaps that you're being asked to see at this time. And sometimes by just switching the order that we do things in, or you go to work or to the grocery store, wherever you go every day, right? It's kind of like you have the same routine, and what happens is that we almost get on autopilot. We don't see new things on the path. We're less observant because we're just on autopilot, right? This is the energy of allowing yourself to turn off the autopilot, to go to the grocery store in a different way, or go one way and come home another way, right? Same thing with work, just switching it up so that you can get out of perhaps some kind of confinement of structure, of routine, and just kind of see things in a different light. Yeah, wildness and freedom. Let go and be. Yeah, there is this energy of just let it go. And, sometimes one of the best, attributes, Virgo, for you is this energy of having those routines, those habits that help you to be your highest potential. But here's the energy of it's time to switch up that, right? It's kind of like, even thinking about your clothing, maybe even the style of clothing, or and maybe it's time for some new dishes in your house, like maybe you've had the same set of dishes for the last 12 years. It's kind of like, okay, it's time to switch it up, to kind of like embrace change. Yeah, a change in the wind. This is coming straight out, right? There's a change in the wind, but the problem is that maybe perhaps You're trying to hold on. It's kind of like the universe is trying to change things up for you, and yet at the same time perhaps you're not wanting that change. You're kind of like, yeah, but this habit, this routine, it's gotten me to this point. I've been successful because of it, but maybe it's expired now. And maybe it's time for something new to embrace. Yeah, you are. There is this energy of truly embracing, taking change, making change, so that you can move forward. The energy of progress, of victory with the Chariot, moving forward quickly when you allow yourself to change it up. Yeah, it's just this energy of change. Yeah, so here you have, this energy of Leo, the fire sign, the energy of moving forward very quickly. This is what is wanting to come out in you, but it is about having the courage to change it up. The never-ending story is the same story that you tell yourself over and over again, the same routines, the same habits, right? It's kind of like, but it brought me success before. But asking yourself, is it bringing you new success? Because that is what is on. This is all about finding new success, a higher level of success, or success in a new adventure that you'd like to go in, a new career, a new business you'd like to start, a new home, a new city you might want to move in, right? The Chariot energy is allowing yourself to see that you have an opportunity to move in a new direction, to bring in new success, but you have to allow yourself to let go of the mindsets, the behaviors, the routines that are actually holding you in place. So here's your energy, right? You have a change in the wind. The universe is helping you to move towards something that is better. But here you are. You're confining yourself. You're wanting to stay safe. I totally get that, right? We all get into that place where it's kind of like, okay, but I got everything working for me. It's safe. I don't know. Why am I going out there and trying something new or looking for a new perspective or something like that? But you're just disappointed. There's no enthusiasm here, right? This is the energy of literally getting up every day and just going through your day almost on autopilot. Right? You get up, you have the same morning routine, you get in the car, you drive to work, you do the same tasks over and over again every single day. You come home, you eat dinner, maybe you watch a little TV or something, and then you go to bed and you get up and you do it all over again the next day. And that works for you, Virgo, right? You like that sense of routine. But here is the universe coming in and saying, that's good. It's time for a new routine. It's not necessarily about completely throwing out the idea of routine in your life. It's just about embracing this energy of it's time for a new routine, because a new routine, changing it up, will help you to see a higher perspective, to see this from a new angle, okay? Yeah, this is a little bit of an energy, and I'll have to admit, I have enough years under the belt that it's kind of like, sometimes it's like, why embrace new technology, or why try something new, right? Because it's kind of like, okay, maybe I'm just an old dog that can't learn new tricks, or something like that. This is the energy of, but that energy is holding you back, that mindset, that story that you're telling yourself, right? You may be even saying, well, I've tried changing it around before, but then it was just a disaster or something. Sometimes we have to understand that change is uncomfortable, right? Because we're allowing ourselves to step into the unfamiliar. And when we step into the unfamiliar, it can be a little bit messy. It can be a little bit scary. It can feel unsafe, even though it's really allowing us to move in a direction that is going to be so much prosperous, so much happier, so much more abundant for us. So let's take a look at what your obstacle is here. And remember, you have the Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. Your obstacle is that you may feel like, well, it's working right now. Everything is okay, right? Everything's kind of status quo. I know that I may have enough money at this time to make ends meet, and I might even be able to stick a little bit away for a rainy day or retirement or something like that, right? Everything's okay. It's kind of like, Mary Sue, why would I want to start changing it up? Well, the reason is because where you're at this time is a little bit too safe. There's something bigger that your heart is desiring. And you're almost feeling there's a little bit of energy here of realizing you're playing it too small at this time. And because of that, you're actually almost like, this is the orphaned energy, orphaning your own inner child, orphaning your own heart's desire, not allowing yourself to take the risk of changing it up a little bit is also preventing you from having complete joy and happiness and abundance and love and all of the things that your heart is truly desiring. Yeah, this is having the courage to make the decision to manifest, to go after what it is that you truly want. Look at this. This is, 3 major arcana coming out. This is a big deal, right? Especially with the Judgment card. This is understanding that you may not have another chance at this. Here we are at the Lionsgate portal, right? Where we can get that insight, that guidance from above to see things in a different perspective, to allow ourselves to say, okay, I'm ready for a change. And here's the thing, Virgo, part of it could be, there is a little bit of energy here of kind of like having to admit to yourself that you've tried something and it may have worked, right? It may have worked. It may have brought you a little bit of what it was that you wanted. And yet at the same time, I think you're changing your mind, right? So let's put it this way. You may have, I don't know, there's the number 12 just keeps popping into my head. But let's say like the last 5 to 12 years, okay? 5 to 12 years ago, you may have actually made a change. Maybe you worked for a corporation or something, and then you quit that job to start your own business. You wanted more sense of freedom, of being able to go and have adventures in your life or something like that. So you went onto this journey, but now what you're deciding is that maybe you want to go back and you want to work with other people. You miss the socializing of working with other people, or you miss collaborating with other people. There's something here where you're understanding, I want to bring in something that's different than what I have, but it's almost like you have to also admit that what you did 5 to 12 years ago, right, set you on a path that now you're deciding you don't want. There's nothing wrong with that. That is the coolest thing about manifesting, is understanding we can manifest something, and then if it doesn't turn out the way that we want it to, we can manifest something new. It doesn't mean that what you manifested was wrong, because I guarantee you learned some insight and wisdom. You gained maybe new skills. You met new people. You had new experiences that broadened your horizons, right? So it's not that perhaps that decision was wrong. It's just that it's expired. Right? It's time to try something new. It's time to manifest in a new way, because here is your advice. This is where you're heading, right? You have a Queen of Pentacles and you have a leg up, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Something that's coming in that is going to bring you this sense of having more of what it is that you want, especially in the material world. This is also a sense of good health, of taking good care of yourself, of stepping into that energy of knowing that if you need help, it's okay to ask for that help, or perhaps even hire that help. So it's kind of like for me, right? If I don't allow myself to expand into new horizons that I would like to expand into, right? And part of the problem is because the technology seems to take too long for me to learn. It's kind of like, okay, Maybe I hire somebody to do that technology part for me, or I take a course so that I can learn how to do the technology. There's a strong energy here that you have the opportunity to really build more of the life that's in alignment with what your heart is truly desiring. But part of it means that you have to allow yourself to shift what is going on. You have to allow life to get a little bit messy before it can get into this much more settled energy. And I love it, right? Because it is allowing yourself to see that by allowing change in your life, you also get to move forward and move into new horizons, have new levels of success, love, joy, and abundance in your life. All right, let's clarify this really quickly and see what we have here. Yeah, this is the energy that you are holding yourself back. Okay, and especially I think if some of you have been working by yourself, there is this energy of collaborating with other people, even if that means just, enlarging your social network or something like that. There's this energy that by believing that you can do it all by yourself, or keeping yourself in this energy of working by yourself, or living by yourself, or being single, it's kind of like, okay, but you're also at the same time holding yourself, sabotaging yourself from this new adventure that is taking you into a whole new level of believing in yourself, of believing that you can have everything that your heart desires. Yeah, I would just say with this energy, it really is about allowing yourself to take a little risk. Just try the small. You don't have to change up your whole entire life, right? It's about, eat dinner for breakfast, eat breakfast for dinner, travel different ways, join a new group, right? Start learning a new language, or take a painting class, go learn something that you've always wanted to learn. This is the energy of allowing yourself to just say, what new would I like to have in my life? And then going out there and tasting it. It doesn't mean that you have to jump into the deep end, right? It's kind of like go and have a little bit of taste of it. How does that feel to you? And then allow yourself to kind of like take another step forward. It is about taking steps towards what it is that your heart desires, and allowing yourself to overcome any of the obstacles, especially obstacles concerning fears, right? So that you can create new in your life. All right, Virgo, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, am I focused on what I'm losing or gaining? That is exactly the energy here, right? Sometimes we don't want to make changes in our life because it means that we may lose something. But when we're more concerned about what we might lose instead of what we may gain, then we just stay stuck, right? We stay stuck in something that may not necessarily be what our heart is truly desiring. Okay, are you going through some change? Yes, Virgo, I think you are. Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Yeah, this is the energy. It's time to shift it up. It's time to allow yourself to say, okay, whatever this has, however this is resonating with you, right? It's allowing yourself to say, yeah, okay, I am ready for something new. And I'm willing to take those baby steps in order to move in that direction. And it's going to be okay. Your spirit guides and allies are there. They're helping you. They're opening those doors for you so that you can move into something that is much more happy and joyful and abundant for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Virgo, I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support, but liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.